But they started out not going directly into the arena, Brian. They started out with a cold open, a package, an interview with the plumber, John Moxley, and his crew in the back of a pickup truck riding around. Apparently, they were just going around in circles in the parking lot of whatever arena they shot it in, because every once in a while, when they drove by what apparently was a group of fans, they would cheer a little bit, standing out in the chilly California night. But Moxley recites again lines from whatever movie or movies that he's been watching and studying, that are like indie underground cinema. And it sounds like something, the words as they come out, it sounds like something until it ends up never making any sense overall or really explaining anything. But it's the some of the most wonderful verbiage that
Oh, yeah.
anybody's ever used to not say anything.
He's like a barfly Bray Wyatt. Nonsense. Just talks nonsense. Clearly, it's based on him wanting to be an actor. I don't know what the hell this is supposed to be. The
So
pickup truck.
you're
Whose idea was the pickup truck? By the way, what does Jack Perry think about that? Hey, Jack,
oh,
can you sit down? Moxley's decided he wants to have a vehicle they drive to every show in now, and it's going to be a pickup truck. Is that okay with you?
well, but the thing is, you never see the front of the pickup truck. You only see these bunch of stooges in the back of it. Whereas you never see the back of Jack Perry's bread truck. You only see the front. So they probably got a, I'll just stick to your ass and you stick to my front type of thing.
I don't know. But this Moxley thing, when I
But
was waiting for something to make it better, the pickup truck, their new mode of transportation. Because that's the other thing that's funny about the whole thing. Moxley's this philosophical white nationalist. I'm not exactly sure what the gimmick is, but it's also, he can afford a bus. You know what I mean? He's making millions. The whole idea that, like, even with Darby, like the whole, everyone's like still down and out. No one's like, yeah, I'm rich. I'm rich as fuck. I can do whatever I want. That should be, I mean, that's part of the Moxley thing. He's acting like he's some street guy. He's making millions.
yeah, well, and they're showing the B-roll of the Danielson murder plot from the pay-per-view while he's doing this promo, and he puts over, AEW was the place where everybody could come to be the best. This was the dream. And wrestling gave me everything, and I want that for other people. So now is he is he a fucking sympathetic, empathetic heel or a baby face or what the fuck? And he starts saying, there's 150 wrestlers on the roster with big fat paychecks. Where are they supposed to go? What I hate what AEW has become. Egos are out of control. All the dancing and the partying. Well, I'll burn down the forest to plant a new when I'm not sentimental. Is this angle? Is the story of this that Moxley is mad at Tony Khan's shitty booking? Or
No, I think it's going to be like Fight Club. Moxley's actually fighting himself. He's mad at all the spoiled, rich millionaires who are lazy and selfish with big egos and bad ideas. Turns out he's been punching himself in the mirror.
and
Claudio, make sure you rent a truck.
I'm thinking that maybe Renee is trying to do the thing. Have you heard where the wife slowly poisons the husband over a period of time to try to avoid detection?
How come there isn't a babyface who, when they're interviewed, goes, "Hey, Renee, before I answer that question, what the fuck? Like, what's up with you and your fucking husband?
Well, yeah, well, that would,
He's beating up everyone in the company and you're just standing here like nothing's going on? Like, you're not going to go back to his room tonight?"
That would be too obvious to ask a guy's wife why that he was doing all the things he's doing and beating up me and everybody else that she's talking to.
They should announce that they're separated.
Well, there you go.
In character, right? That would make sense.
They ought to pull the old John Laurinaitis and Kathy Bella thing. The Bella, well, I guess that, although that's not a work.
Right, that would get people talking. You know, it doesn't have to be real. Renee, I want to talk about your husband. Well, actually, I don't approve of any of this, and we're in the midst of a divorce.
Yes. I can't explain what's going through his mind. I
Every
just
time, every time I want to be intimate, he runs around with this stone-faced Moldovan girl.
And yeah, what about when Renee has to interview Marina Schaefer? What's going to happen?
Yeah. Well, let's hope Marina Schaefer's not doing any Shafir, not Schaefer. Let's hope she's not doing any interviews anytime soon. They found a role that requires her not to talk.
Will Renee have to climb up in the pickup truck to interview this group, or do you think they're going to be smart enough to keep them apart at least?
Man, she's on every one of these shows in like a flowery dress and dressing like it's her Oscar night. Like every week's a fancy outfit. Meanwhile, her husband showing up in his green pants and doing this whole thing. And we're supposed to ignore the fact that they're to get the interview. Like, it could be like a segment after he jumps the entire locker room. And then it's like, let's go to the remarkable Nibbigan. And then she's in the back doing some hammy interview.
She looks like she's gone to the prom. He looks like he's just climbed out a pump in a septic tank.
That's my thing.
Anyway, he closes the thing up. We'll do what has to be done. If you're not with us, run while you can. Get out of the way. What is the new paradigm? You work for me now. That was his closing line. You work for me now. What did I say to you, Brian, on the very last program that we did? There ain't gonna be no Shane McMahon in this, because Moxley is not gonna come up with or approve or participate in a goddamn deal where he's not the boss. And I think I even said that, where he's not running things, where he's not the boss. And his exact words were here, you work for me now. He is a delusional.
For no good reason. I've given no reason at all. Just accept these stupid ideas I have.
He is a delusional fuck. He thinks he's a badass. He thinks he's a great wrestler. He thinks he's some kind of goddamn Orson Welles as an actor. And he thinks he's a superstar. And he's not going to. Have you noticed that now he used to just not sell because his work was bad? But now he's shrugging shit off when grown men do it to him and just not even registering it. And because he thinks this is going to be the thing that turns the company around. You can tell this is the big angle. He's finally said, fuck it. It's fallen on my shoulders. I'm going to have to save this thing and my star power.
Well, the bigger issue, and we'll see how this plays out, from what we've seen, there is a good percentage of the AEW fan base that is diminishing. It's a smaller fan base now than it was. They're into it. They think this is great. The problem is there's an equally big, if not bigger audience at this point who think this is some wannabe bootleg NWO with bad acting and bad dialogue. It's not connecting. Again, it didn't connect with those people in Tacoma. They didn't leave saying, let's get tickets for the next show. That was the last thing on anyone's mind. When can we come back and see more of this? So I don't know. This has a chance to be the thing, especially because it's going to be the thing to drive the Bucks to be babyface again. So then they're thinking, it's going to end up being the Bucks and Kenny and whoever have to save AEW, have to step up from Moxley and the Green Card Express or whatever the fuck his team is.
Now with Useless.